impossible that 7,000 people
first
can
of all,
gather without
first of all,
the consent.
Please, 1 second.
Allow me. This is,
7,000 people
one
can
second.
never gather without knowledge or consent of the
this is not an.
One girl has lost life
1 second.
by not only a sexual pervert, he is an animal.
After the principal resigns from this medical college,
He sent to another
he's appointed as a principal of another college.
In an affidavit filed before this court should be replaced by any other in charge DG of their choice.
Just we have set out what is in the media and we have set out the reality.
No, share it with
For
all of us.
we will share it. Don't worry.
Just
1 second.
Just 1 second.
This must stop. We are in charge of the proceeding. We have heard Mr. Solicitor. We have heard Mr. Sybil. If we start hearing all the interveners, there'll be no end to it.
Lordships,
Please have some patience. Mr. Sybil, couple of things from what we have. Of course, first, let me begin by saying that we are deeply concerned of the fact that the name of the deceased who was assaulted and murdered, the name has been published all over the media. Photographs have been
Yes.
published all over the media.
Correct.
Video clips, obviously, either before or after the postmortem, have been published,
Right.
showing her body, after she was subjected to it. Extremely concerning. We are the first to recognize the right to free speech, but there are well-settled
It
parameters
is extremely painful. I agree entirely with you.
which have been laid down in now the new criminal procedure code by judgments of our court in Nipun Saxena, that you will not publish the names of the survivors of sexual assault. In this case, the
It's a
person
criminal offence.
We have filed 50 FIRs on that count. 50 FIRs. Inform your lordships, before the police reached, photos were taken and these were circulated. We didn't allow anything to happen. We cordoned off the area.
Is this the way we provide dignity and respect
terrible.
the privacy
terrible.
of an individual who has lost her life as a young doctor?
Yes.
But apart from that, Ms. Isabel, I'm happy that you are here for the state of West Bengal. Couple of quite a few aspects of the way the matter proceeded. It appears that the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning.
Yes.
After the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning, the principal of the hospital tries to pass this off as a suicide.
Not true. Not true. Not
Her
true.
parents are not allowed to see the body. The parents are not allowed to see the body for almost.
No, Malad, I'm sorry. Anyway, Malad, this is
Not
the
that
impression.
our investigation also corrupt.
We'll have to place the facts before your lordships. We have investigated that. This is not correct.
So, until late night, we find that no FIR was registered.
That's also not correct. Not correct.
What time was the FIR registered?
Malad, in fact, we did what is called what we call a UD case, Malad. Unnatural death case registered.
Yes, unnatural death case.
Registered.
But
Immediately.
that's right.
That's an FIR, Malad. That's an FIR.
Not the body is discovered.
The FIR registered formally in the police.
Malad's inquest was done and then FIR registered immediately and the investigation started.
What time
It should have been done.
the FIR registered?
12, Malad. 12:30.
Does the FIR say that this is a case of a murder?
No.
Yes.
No, it.
No, my lord.
Unnatural death. It was.
We have something.
Unnatural death.
One second,
Inquest shows it's a case of murder,
one
Malad.
second.
Inquest shows it's a case of murder.
Inquest is done. The autopsy is conducted.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, until the night, no FIR indicating that this is a clear case of a murder has been made out.
It has, Malad. I'm sorry. I'll place those facts before you. It has been, Malad.
Lord, may I suggest?
From
my lord, may I
unnatural death,
suggest-
he registered the case
Lord,
for murder.
okay.
We caught the victim. He is a civic worker, Malad. It's an individual act. I show all that, your lordship.
And that's the first aspect.
Yes.
What was the principal doing? Why did he not, why was this kind of inaction on the part, first, an attempt to pass this off as a suicide instead of a murder?
I'm sorry, Malad. That's not correct.
Not registering an FIR till late in the evening. Third, the body itself is handed over to the parents sometime in the evening for cremation. Fourth, and that's a matter of very serious concern. On the next day, the doctors, because they were all doctors working with her, the doctors are on protest. A group of persons, a mob assembles at the hospital. The hospital is invaded and the critical facilities are damaged in the morning or whenever the mob enters. What was the police doing?
Yes. Well, we have videos for all. Let me first of all state.
Actually, Mr. Sibal,
What-
the police,
Yes.
a very serious offence has taken place. The crime scene is within the precincts of the hospital. Now, that is the first thing that the police have to do, namely to protect the crime scene. What are they doing?
Well, that's,
They allow vandals to enter the hospital and,
It's impossible that
That's-
7,000 people
first
can
of all,
gather without
of all-
the consent.
Please, one second.
allow me.
Lord,
This is-
7,000 people
One
can
second.
never gather without knowledge or consent of the police.
This is not an adversarial litigation.
It's not. Therefore, let us not be in denial mode. One girl has lost life
One second.
by not only, my lord, a sexual pervert, he is an animal.
Sir,
Well, after the principal resigns from this medical college,
He sent to another
he's appointed as a principal of another college.
He doesn't resign. But anyway, be that, well, let me
His conduct, at the least, his conduct is under scrutiny, and he's appointed as a principal somewhere else.
This is all, we have a note on all this misinformation.
It's not contradict each other, there's a high court order.
What is the reality? Just show it to you.
Let them file report, not.
But just show it to
Matter
you.
tomorrow.
My lord.
Couple of things which we would like
Could
to
be
do.
there.
Well, let's make it very clear.
Yeah.
When is the body handed over to the parents for cremation?
Well, let's kindly have this
Just
note
tell
that
us,
I've given.
what
Just
time is the body handed over to the parents for cremation? One second.
Around 3:30.
30:10.
No.
Therefore, one thing is very clear. The body is handed over to the parents for cremation at 8:30 p.m. The FIR is registered at 11:45 p.m. 3 hours and 15 minutes after the body is handed over to the parents for cremation.
Well, they refused to file. Well, this is the problem. We handed it over. They filed the FIR. They made the complaint at 11:45. They say, we are in shock. Please do whatever you want to do. They wanted a post-mortem. We did the post-mortem. All is videographed. Everything is videographed.
The autopsy and the post-mortem take place.
Between 1:45 to 4 p.m.
Now, between 1:45 and 4 p.m.,
Yeah.
the autopsy takes place, followed by the
My lord, the
post-mortem.
autopsy took place at 6 o'clock, not at.
Fair enough. That's all right. We take it as between 1 and 4 o'clock. It doesn't take place in 1 minute. It takes
That was
time.
when.
Videograph.
1 second. Don't keep on interrupting.
They wanted
So
a board. We
are
constituted a
proceeding-
board.
We are proceeding on the basis of Mr. Sibal's hypothesis that the autopsy and the post-mortem take place between 1 and 4:45 in the afternoon. The FIR is registered at 11:45 in the night, Mr. Sibal?
Yeah.
And who was expected to?
Yeah.
Nobody in the hospital registers the FIR. The father registers the, what was the principal, the vice principal? What were the authorities of the hospital doing?
They wanted a board. We constituted a board. They wanted a magistrate. We got the
You don't
magistrate.
need
They realize
time
that
for
murder has
registration
been
of
committed.
FIR.
Well, it's of
You don't need a medical board for
They are-
registration of FIR.
At the moment, at the moment, Mellors, what are we considering? We are considering, Mellors, 2 or 3 things, as your lordship has put to me.
Not done.
How did these photographs reach the social media?
That's-
No,
But I'll mention all this. How did these photographs reach the media? We have nothing to do with it.
No, let
because
us
we
not
cordoned off
trivialize, my lord.
everything. People there took photographs, came in, took photographs and sent it. Number 2, Mellors. Number 2, immediately, Mellors, immediately an unnatural death case, Mellors, was started and an investigation was started. Your lordships may be right, Mellors, why did it happen? But whatever the parents were doing, we were agreeing with that. We set up a board. We asked the magistrate to come, a judicial magistrate to be present. Everything was videographed. Everything was called.
Mr. Sibal, it is the
Application
obligation
was
of
made
the
before the Sialda
authorities
court.
of the hospital. The parents are not present in the hospital when the murder takes place.
Yes.
It's the obligation of the authorities of the hospital to register an FIR the moment they
2:45
realize.
it was done. 2:45 done. The letter was sent.
11:45 in the
No, 2:45 letter was sent. Assistant superintendent sent a letter at 2:45, Mellors. It's not 11:30, at 2:45 itself, we'll set out all this, Mellors. It's better we set it.
What we,
Lordships may give me 5 minutes, my lord,
Yes.
to further, my lord, to assist your lordships. My lord, first of all, my lord, let us not trivialize on this side, my lord, we are dealing with one incident, but your lordships are rightly looking at a larger picture. But we are dealing with, my lord, a young doctor, not only raped by a sexual pervert or perverts, but who was an animal-like instinct, who had an animal-like instinct, the way, my lord, the body was handled. Thereafter, my lord, I don't wish, my lord, to make this a political issue. I would request the state also not to be in a denial mode. 3 hours of the patient, parents waiting, my lord, is something we can experience if we put ourselves in that position. Now, my lord, so far as the safety is concerned, my lord, one thing I must bring to your lordship's notice. My lord, the doctors are genuinely, my lord, have a grievance. They are, my lord, they've lost one of their colleagues, my lord, globally. But, my lord, out of, my lord, all states, 23 states have legislations dealing with, my lord, what is called for, my lord, Kerala, my lord, so and so Medicare service persons and medical service institutions, prevention of violence and damage or loss to the property act. There are, my lord, I'll give, my lord, the list of acts. My lord, this also the National Task Force, my lord, can
The punishment which is provided under.
it's
the
a
legislation
cognizable, my lord,
is
and
3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
yes, my lord, it's cognizable, non-bailable, and punishment is 3 years. My lord, this is first. I'll, my lord, place it. The National Task Force, my lord, which our lordships contemplate, can, my lord, go into this, can even make suggestions, and it should be welcome, my lord. My lord, second thing, my lord, which is worrying us is this. My lord, even in a well-organized function, if we want the presence of 500 people in an auditorium, we all know we have to make efforts. 7,000 people at the middle of the night armed with lathis and hockeys, my lord, can never be without the knowledge, if not consent, of the police force. It's complete failure of law and order, my lord, in the entire state.
What time did the vandalization of the hospital take place?
My lord, midnight, it's at midnight, my lord.
I thought my
7,000
learned
people-
friend, he doesn't want to politicize the matter, Malad. Why is he saying all this?
Now,
Let's-
why this is, my lord, important. And my lord, again, my learned friend may feel that this is, my lord, but this is directly related to the issue in question. My lord, the West Bengal has an in-charge DIG.
In
My lord,
charge?
in-charge DIG, Director General of Police, who is already being charged and being, my lord, considered by your lordships for having fabricated or otherwise dealt with the evidence in Sharda scam case. My lord, your lordship's
Calcutta
direction
police
is
doesn't come under
must-
DGP.
Mr.
Calcutta police doesn't come under DGP. Why are you saying all this?
What this has to do
Lord,
then.
This is
Director
Kolkata
General
police.
of Police
This has nothing
is
to
an
do with
in-charge
What is all
DGP.
this?
Charge.
Not let someone else be the
This is
in-charge.
what is happening.
Let them choose, but not the man who is already
This is
accused
the
of
kind of
having.
misinformation we are having, Malad.
This is
And
This is nothing to do, this is a
nothing to do.
only a minute.
What do you propose to do about the principal?
whatever your lordship says, we'll do, Malad.
Constitution.
Malad, whatever your lordship says, we will do. There's no issue. SIT is constituted.
State, you must-
SIT is constituted, but whatever your lordships will say, we will do. We are not, Malad, this is not adversarial, as I said. Malad, just give me just 1 minute. I just handed over something to your lordship. Just have a look at it, Malad.
Depends on
Just
the.
give it to my lord.
Can
3
I
copies
only
that are handed.
All right, Mr. Sibal, we'll just hear the solicitor for a minute. He just wants a minute.
All
and then we-
Lord, I just, my lord, I want this, my lord.
Your Lordship,
Lord,
may I
an
just submit?
in-charge DG who is already a tainted officer in an affidavit filed before this court should be replaced by any other in-charge DG of their choice.
Just, we have set out what is in the media and we have set out the reality.
No, share it with
For-
all of us.
We will share it, don't worry.
No, not.
Kolkata police informed the family members that the present case
No,
was
they
a
are
case
in
of
a denial
suicide.
mode.
False.
No, another
False.
aspect.
At
My
no
lord,
time did
discuss
the police give this
judgment.
information.
Basically, what we propose to do is, we'll indicate what the broad parameters of our intervention in this matter consists of. We'll just pronounce it very shortly. For one thing, Mr. Sibal, we are very, very concerned. Let not the power of the state of West Bengal be unleashed on peaceful protesters.
I give to your, we
Lord,
have
why-
videos of
Protest
all that
is
happened.
unleashed.
People, whether they are doctors, civil society, lawyers, people who are protesting, so long as there's no act of destruction of.
We have videos. We agree,
Let there not be the power of the state unleashed. on
agree.
Peaceful protest.
Manas, I agree, and that has not happened. 1 second. We have videos which we have placed, which we'll place before your lordship. And Manas, what happens is, political parties get into the act and this is what happens.
People who are taking to the media to communicate their views.
Yes.
Let us deal with them with a great deal of.
I agree, I
sympathy. It's a time of national catharsis.
Look at the girl, don't
Across
be in
India.
denial.
Manas, now, for example, they say pelvic and collarbone was broken. False. Postmortem doesn't say that.
Lordship,
going to
state
fight
and the center, they'll keep arguing.
Fair.
CBI is investigating it.
Yes.
We will ask for a report from the CBI. Now, what we propose to do
I just-
is, 1 second,
Just one second.
this must stop. We are in charge of the proceeding. We have heard Mr. Solicitor, we have heard Mr. Sibal. If we start hearing all the interveners, there'll be no end to it.
Lordship-
Please have some patience. We are going to now tell you what we are proposing to do. We are not disposing of the case, but let's allow us to at least pronounce what we intend to do. All right.